Philadelphia as the crowds at Wells Fargo Center look to cheer on the 76ers. The Philadelphia 76ers, they come in off a good outing against the Celtics in Boston. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumpers.
Looking at the starting five for the Phoenix Suns. Patrick Beverley out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Otto Porter Jr. Then there's Davis. And it's Porzingis in at the 4 slot.
And boy, how good was Chris Middleton last season? I mean, always a deep shooter who could stretch the floor. He hits the weight room in the offseason and became a much stronger defender. Now, he's one of the more promising 3-and-D guys in the league.
And so it's the 76ers getting on the board first. And Beverley kicks to Davis. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Stolen by Beverley. All alone. And it's Davis with the jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
4 on the clock. Ariza hits the three-point bomb.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Beverley dishes to Porter. Suns moving the ball around. And that one's good. Beverley.
Well, I think this is the start they wanted. Come out and put some points up early. 3 of 4 so far.
Pass to Embiid. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
I can't believe defenders are not aware. They cannot allow him that position.
Yeah, you're right about that, Greg. He's put a no trespassing allowed on that spot of the floor. It's all his.
Beverley, the pass to Porzingis. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Here's Embiid. And it's good. Walk through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
And that one misses. And guys, the Sixers drafted Embiid 3rd overall despite a foot injury that would keep him out all of his rookie season. Came to the Sixers with a back issue out of Kansas. Of course, they knew all this going in.
Yeah, and Kevin, the Sixers have made an art here lately of drafting players who aren't immediately eligible to play. 2 years ago it was Nerlens Noel who sat out the season with a knee injury. Last year it was Dario Saric who played overseas, and now Embiid.
Shot clock at 6. Westbrook kicks to Jordan. Stolen by Middleton. Here's Davis. Finishes the break with a slam.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
And the 76ers decide to take their first timeout here.
You know, regarding Joel Embiid, the foot was not his only injury when he entered the draft. In his one season at Kansas, he battled both back and knee injury. Obviously, though he's very young, his durability is of some concern.
And talking about Joel Embiid, there are some who feel the Sixers targeted guys in the draft last year who couldn't help them win games. One wonders at what point does it become anti-competitive?
Some changes for Philadelphia. Emeka Okafor is checked in for Jordan. Robert Covington comes in for Joel Embiid. And it's Richardson in for J.R. Smith. And the Suns making a change here as well. Simmons is checked in. Westbrook, no good.
You have to be willing to pass in those situations. That was a low percentage shot.
Out left to the wing. Here's Porzingis. Again, Phoenix.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling. Off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Kicks it out to Ariza. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
Now here's Beverly. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Now, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Okafor kicks to Westbrook. And the pass to Simmons. Kicks it to Porter. Here's Porzingis. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta. No good from Simmons. Well, Greg, for Brett Brown and the Spurs connection, he was an assistant in San Antonio for 7 years, was really indoctrinated in how the Spurs conducted business, Clark, before coming to the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got an interesting accent, too, a mix of Boston Australian from where he grew up and where he spent a lot of time, but no doubting his passion and his coaching ability. He's good in both.
He was actually a head coach for Australia for a while in international play. And so here's Phoenix following the miss by Russell Westbrook. 6 to shoot. Feeds to Simmons. To the wing right side. Porter outside.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
Simmons dishes to Beverly. Over to the left wing. Here's Porzingis. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Suns lead by 8. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Porzingis is out there with Dunleavy. Then it's Roy Hibbert. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Simmons in at the shooting guard position. It's deflected. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Porzingis passes to Dunleavy. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. And Simmons kicks to Hibbert. Passes it to Porzingis. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. And the hope for Jeremy Lin last season was that he'd take a step forward in his development, but it almost was the opposite in his play.
And that can happen. You don't always go a straight line north in your improvement in this league. He'd been on an upward swing as far as his shooting accuracy, but last season was the worst since his rookie year in that area.
He feeds it to Simmons. Here's Porzingis. 6 points for him. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. Tipped away. Embiid with the steal. Covington dishes to Westbrook. Jordan kicks to Smith. Pass to Embiid. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just... basically walked out of bounds.
Anthony Davis. Auto order.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
And guys, looking at Roy Hibbert, just a mountain of a man, listed these days at about 7'2", 290 pounds, with the wingspan of a pterodactyl. I mean, a true game changer inside when he's motivated and on his game.
Well, talking about Roy Hibbert, he doesn't just have size. He has a strong lower body, too. Very hard. And you know this, Clark. You worked for the organization. You saw it firsthand. Very hard to back that guy down in the post.
Yeah, and for years he's worked on ways to complement that size with improved training and footwork, even indulging in MMA one off season. I'll tell you what, he'd be one scary super heavyweight if he went the full distance in MMA.
Agreed. Checked in for Philadelphia. Richardson comes in for Russell Westbrook. Kaminsky is checked in for Phoenix. Beverly wide open. Sinks the three-pointer. Beverly's got 7.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked.
Here's Richardson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Jordan at the elbow. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. Trying to get back on track. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field. Suns leading by 11. What a year for the Suns in terms of transactions. Started the season with Dragic and Thomas on the roster and moved them both, Clark, at the deadline.
And, you know, most folks saw the Dragic trade coming after his disagreements with the team. The Thomas trade was a bit of a surprise, though.
4 on the shot clock. Here's Davis. No good. And it's Philadelphia the other way. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit, and that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Richardson the pass to Ariza. The lead now cut to single digits. Ariza's got 5.
And as you said, the Suns made a flurry of deals at the deadline. You knew they would move one guard, but ended up moving two. Brought back one as well.
Porter kicks to Beverly. Rebound by Smith.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
76ers foul call.
When the Suns made all those trades, you kind of figured there would be some adjustment. And they did fall off a bit. Still, they felt what they had wasn't quite good enough going forward, so they got a jump on rebuilding last year.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Okafor's checked in. Now here's Davis. 6 points for him. The shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. The three-pointer off the mark. Reads the dishes to Smith. Makes it off the glass.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number one for them right now.
Now here's Beverly. 7 points in the game. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Porter outside. And he gets it to go. Porter's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Smith against Middleton. Smith the pass to Embiid. Richardson, that's a two-pointer. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. A minute 20 left in the first half. The feed to Kaminsky. And Beverly kicks to Middleton. No good from outside.
There's some good defense for you. I mean, for somebody who's as good at shooting the three as he is, you need a defender who's equally adept at guarding against it. That was well done.
I like that. They obviously put the right guy on him.
And Beverly kicks to Middleton. Another miss by Middleton.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Back to Embiid. Six to shoot. Smith outside. Richardson, that's a two-pointer. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. That will be their second of this 5-game road trip.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak.
It's Ariza on the wing. Here's Okafor. Great D that time from Davis.
How about him there, just bodying?
And we've reached halftime in this one. Suns ahead. They're up by 9. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. You look at Patrick Beverly. He's been playing really well.
tell you what, it's a pleasure to watch him when he's at the helm because of that first half. Offensively, he was in a zone.
It sure is a treat to watch him, guys. I mean, everything's been running through him, and he's doing a fantastic job keeping the offense clicking on all cylinders.
And now the third quarter about to get going. You look at Patrick Beverley. He's been playing really well.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
Joel Embiid out there with Jordan. Then there's Russell Westbrook. Then there's Richardson. And it's Ariza in a small forward. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Well, last year, DeAndre Jordan turned in another great defensive performance. In fact, first team all-defense announced in the NBA after last season. Anchored his team, as he always seems to do.
And Jordan was a force in the middle, over 2 blocks a game again, and changed countless others with his effort.
Now the 76ers on the break, and it's slammed in by Ariza.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Yeah, you look at the advanced statistics for DeAndre Jordan and his defense at that end of the floor. Top 10 in defensive rating individually and led the league in defensive win shares.
The 76ers trailed by 11. And it's Westbrook missing. Suns have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. There's the dish to Beverley. Pass to Porzingis. There's the double team with Westbrook. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul.
And Jordan has really improved his defense every year since Doc Rivers challenged him. Last season ended third in the Defensive Player of the Year award race, but he has won in his future, no doubt, if he continues to progress.
Robert Covington's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Philadelphia with the ball after the Suns pick up 2. Embiid. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
Yeah, that's a winning formula as far as I'm concerned. They've been the aggressors and far more assertive on the offensive end.
Out to the right wing. Here's Jordan. Here's Embiid. Got a piece of it. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Right side Davis. Embiid with the steal. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. Got a piece of it. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. Some changes for Philadelphia. Okafor comes in for Joel Embiid. And J.R. Smith subbed in for Richardson. Outside Westbrook. Okafor with the screen on Beverley. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
That's his first personal foul.
And guys, this 76ers team still trying to forge an identity. One thing that is sure, they will attack the basket, and a lot of fearless players on this roster.
Well, the 76ers do go at the basket without hesitation. They're fearless, Clark, going inside. Led the NBA last season on points off drive.
Well, you know, I like to say you got to use what you have. They didn't have many shooters, so that means head down, get to the rim.
Another 3 for Phoenix.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding.
Smith dishes to Okafor. Clark down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
Clearly a mental lapse and at an inopportune time.
Yeah, that's a terrible mistake, Greg, to make at any time, but it's really exacerbated. When you make it at this time.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
Listen, no doubt the Suns were a competitive team a season ago, especially against that Eastern Conference. Took 18 wins out of the 30 contests they had against the East.
Some changes here for the 76ers. And Mbah-a-Moute's checked in for Okafor. And Trevor Ariza has subbed in for Robert Covington. Suns leading by 14. The Suns did win the games they were supposed to against the East. As you were talking about, Greg, they had no problem with any team, Clark, as you look back on the Eastern Conference.
Well, you look at the record there against the East, 18-12 against that conference, 9-7 against the playoff teams in the East. I'm only one of 9 teams in the entire league that could claim that.
And the technical free throw is good.
Listen, playing Western Conference teams is never easy. And for the 76ers last year, it got downright ugly. Some games against the West, they just didn't stand any chance.
The shot by Middleton, wide open. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
They just continue to splash home those threes. Eliminating the deep shot has to become priority number 1 for this defense.
Absolutely. You cannot allow a team to have that kind of a rhythm from beyond.
A lot of blowouts for Philly last year against the West, as you talked about. Greg only managed to take 6 wins in their 30 games. Clark out of conference.
And Kevin, that was tied for the fewest wins against the West in the league. But again, no surprise with Philadelphia because they really were focused on developing young talent there.
The 76ers trailed by 18. It's Ariza on the wing. Here's Jordan. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
He's perfect from the line this time. Andre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
Philadelphia's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And Westbrook gets it to go.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done. And watching DeAndre Jordan, he's really refined his game over the years without losing the athleticism. He's that rubbery, long-limbed athlete that transcends age. And so far, I've seen zero drop-off in his leaping ability and quickness, but no question he's improved his skills and IQ.
Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And stolen by Jordan. Smith against Land. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan.
That's his second personal foul.
8 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Porzingis passes to Lin. 14 feet away. And it's Phoenix scoring again.
No hesitation when he saw the space the D was giving him.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Suns lead by 18. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. They've got Chris Middleton. Anthony Davis is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Porter. And it's Beverly in at the 1. Here's Porter.
Whoa!
Goodness.
Boy, you got to build a wall around the bucket to keep this man down.
You know, Clark, and even then, he might just go over it.
He could.
Look at this. Check out the elevation he gets.
Major.
Wow, I tell you, I just cannot get enough of those kind of plays. What a rim record. How about the quick hands on the steal and the quick feet on the break?
Yeah, a careless, silly mistake there, though. I mean, coughing the ball up and then not being quick enough to get back on defense, that's costly.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assist.
Now, here's Westbrook. Okafor kicks to Westbrook. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Now here's Westbrook. He dishes it to Embiid. 6 on the shot clock. For 3. Westbrook can't get it to go.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Dishes to Covington. Got it from 16 feet.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Middleton dishes to Davis. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Sound offensively, really no other way to put it here in the second half.
There's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they've both shot the ball since the break.
And Embiid gets it to go.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Now here's Middleton. Davis setting the pick for Middleton. There's the pass to Porzingis. Buries it from 3-point range. Porzingis has got 12 points here in the second half.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor. I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Middleton outside. Passes it to Porzingis. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot before second violation.
Well, look, league business clearly doing well. Franchises values are skyrocketing, and a new TV deal kicking in next season as well. It represents the largest expansion of league revenues in history.
Here's what Philadelphia is going with right now. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Okafor. Visa comes in for Robert Covington. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Richardson. And Philadelphia calls time here. And the NBA's TV deal paying about 3 times as much per year as the previous deal.
And it's changing the math as far as the salary cap and contract negotiations go. For the fans out there, don't get sticker shock. The players expect to share in these revenues.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Simmons is checked in, and Langston Galloway subbed in for Patrick Beverley. And Davis can't get it to go.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook, and he hits the jump shot. Westbrook's got 4 points this quarter.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
Quarter passes to Davis. And he gets the bucket. And the Suns lead by 21.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Westbrook with the bucket.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half. And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Suns.
And the big difference here was accuracy behind the three-point line, Clark.
Well, they started spraying them from deep, and then it spread out the defense, and they had all the looks they wanted.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. The next game would be hotly contested.
And it's slammed in by Ariza.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
To the inside. Kicks to Davis. And stolen by Jordan. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And he gets it to go.
The offense has clearly kicked into gear. The question, though, is it just a little too late?
Yeah, I think it may be, Greg. At least they're finally showing some signs of life offensively. Too bad I think it's past the point where it'll do much good.
Ariza no luck. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
Coming on the floor for your 76ers, Okafor. Covington.
Okafor. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan.
Philadelphia.
That's his 3rd foul of the game.
DeAndre Jordan. That's his 3rd personal foul.
Here's Porzingis. No good. So it's the Suns winning easily here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just you're always gonna have people who don't believe that you're really good at what you do. You know, and that's probably more so because they haven't figured out how to be good at what they know or don't even know how to do, you know. So, you know, that's just what it is. You know, every level you reach, you're gonna come against obstacles. And you have to combat those obstacles in order to move forward. It's almost like you're playing a video game. You know what I mean? And then the prize is your sanity. Word.
Come on with it. Come on, come on with it. Come on with it. Come on with it. Come on with it.
Me and you getting it on, don't even go there.
Come on with it.
Once I bring it to you, you won't be safe nowhere.
More levels, more devils. Diesel, airing out the stage like a Neville. Brother, leave you. Dot on your face for no good reason at all. We in a bad place. Ha, ha. Hip hop is separated by the nice and the nice not. Underground and I'm ice hot. What rap my age to keep the mic hot? Ha, ha. Couple hip hop butter beans. Big sluggers move with me, it's a gutter team. I love women who know the boom from the back. OG still could fill a room when he rap. Mike Blessing in a recession is food giving back to occupy labels that move, didn't wax now. Here come Bumpy on a primo track to represent hip hop from where we go back. Crack.
Come on with it.
Me and you getting it on, don't even go there.
Come on with it.
Cause you know what we got to do.
Come on with it.
Me and you getting it on, don't even go there.
Come on with it.
Once I bring it to you, you won't be safe nowhere.
I let the beat keep breathing while I spit life to you heathens. You in the wrong place, to be real, reasons. I usually don't spit corny styles like that cause I'm too seasoned. How you sending links trying to get on, you stink. MCs don't give a what you think. Rapping if it's beef, I hit a brinks and put that kind of paper on your head to make a lot of blink. Now think, wouldn't you rather keep it music than to lose it all cause of music? I'm sure that's not how Bambaataa.
Come on with it.
Me and you getting it on, don't even go there.
Word up.
Come on with it.
Crazy. Once I bring it to you, you won't be safe nowhere.
Real cinema, the feature's a top feature. Whose favorite MC is the Bronx teacher? Flows long around hooks so the words reach you. Joe Jackson on you, Micah, beat you. Now beat it before I pull his Tito. In your ego, it's front page news, read it. My style is the barker over beats like Travis, I bark 'em, spark 'em, overwritten flows like overflowing toilet bowls. The game is a mess. Beef ain't really over with. The only way for me to get over it is to aim at your chest. I rock with a DJ who sets the tone, plugs in 212's and a microphone, and I don't stop rocking the beats and keep rocking. As long as the streets hear heat, they keep copping, popping.
Come on with it.
Me and you getting it on, don't even go there.
Come on with it.
Cause you know what we got to do.
Come on with it.
Me and you getting it on, don't even go there.
Come on with it.
Once I bring it to you, you won't be safe nowhere.
Word up. Salute to hip hop, MCs and DJs. Culture strong as ever. Bumpy Knuckles, DJ Premier. Salute, salute.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. The Pistons hoping for a happy ending to close out their homestand before hitting the road. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year. They could only manage a single win in 4 tries against these guys last year.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. 2 teams in the bottom half of the conference as far as respect goes. They're both scratching and clawing to try to get a little more of that respect.
Look at the 76ers starting group. They've got Trevor Ariza, Russell Westbrook out there with Richardson. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Embiid in the power forward position.
And who could forget the tear that Westbrook went on last season? I mean, after the All-Star break, it was just triple-double after triple-double for him.
Now, here's Westbrook following the shot by Kevin Durant. Westbrook drives in. Richardson, that's a 2-pointer.
Richardson.
And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. And it's Korver in the corner. Beyond the arc. And he gets the bucket.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
And the 76ers with possession. Westbrook passes to Embiid. No luck. Good work defensively by Morris. For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Durant. Horford trying to free himself up. And that one's good. Durant.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Pistons passing it around. Rose dishes to Morris. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Durant. And the shot is long.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Westbrook kicks to Ariza. Down low. And it's Jordan. That time on the assist by Westbrook.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target. Well, clearly the 76ers were the youngest team in the league last season, and with all the draft picks they've stockpiled, they'll be the youngest team for a while, it seems. But if the youth can grow and develop, they could also be a force in a few years, too.
And Bahamute's checked in for the 76ers. Westbrook against Rose. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Tries from 16. And he gets it to go. To give you an idea of how young this 76er team is, at one point last season, Greg, Tim Duncan had more seasons played in the NBA than the entire active roster of the 76ers.
That's hard to fathom. I mean, we all know there's this youth movement going on in Philadelphia, but they still need some veterans in that locker room. Very hard for the young players to lead.
Philadelphia with the ball after the basket by Detroit. Kicks it out to Richardson. Misses the three. The Pistons trailing. Korver passes to Durant. That's good. Durant's got his second bucket tonight.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
You look at Kevin Durant, and he does have a bit of an unusual body type. Still is fairly thin, even after 8 years in the league. Yet up until last season, he's been one of the more durable players in the league. Kind of like Reggie Miller in that regard.
76ers ball. 76ers.
DJ Augustine's checked in for Kyle Korver. Robert Covington's checked in for the 76ers. Smith comes in for Richardson. Talking about Durant's physical makeup, some scouts were actually worried about his athleticism when he declared for the draft after just 1 year at Texas. At the NBA Combine, Greg, you were talking about this. He posted some of the worst numbers of all the top prospects.
Yeah, he did, but I tell you what, he did blow people away with his length. 6'10", with a 7'5" arm span. I mean, that makes up for a whole lot in this league. And as we've seen throughout his Hall of Fame career, I think it's worked out pretty nice.
I think it has too. Dives for it. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. 58 seconds left to play in the first. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
Augustine from outside. Horford dishes to Rose. They get it back. Pass to Durant. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock.
It would have been something to see if he could hit that shot from that deep.
Greg, you know it. I know it. There aren't very many guys that can hit from out there. But he is one of them. That's the kind of range he has.
Here's Horford. And terrific work on the offensive glass when he picks up 2.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. Tie game in Detroit. And back in a moment as... And off we go at post-game, now starting the second quarter. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
Right from the start, they have been able to really own that paint and just dominate the backboard.
Well, Greg, you can't dominate the boards unless all 5 guys are making the effort to box out and chase down the ball.
The 76ers shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them.
Yeah, the Pistons ended last season with a record of 32-50. They played decently enough against the rest of the East and had 23 of their 32 wins against the Eastern Conference.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, we've got Mbah-a-Moute. Smith is out there with Russell Westbrook. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Embiid in the center, locking down the middle. Picked by Horford. Durant with another miss. In Detroit last season against the East, played well for stretches. They couldn't find that consistency to climb the ladder in the East.
And they had a lot of changes going on, tons of transition for this group. But let's face it, they did play well down the stretch. A lot of wins against playoff teams from the East, and went 500 against Eastern playoff teams in their final 10 matchups.
To the middle, off the pick. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Derrick Rose. Feeds to Mbah-a-Moute. Horford kicks to Augustine. And the rejection by Smith. And there's the pass to Covington. He dishes it to Embiid. Durant against Smith. To the middle. Here is Mbah-a-Moute. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. And the 76ers lead by 5. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the 76ers?
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
You know, it's hard not to think of great shooting when you think of Kevin Durant. What he's really worked on over the past few years, though, is his playmaking. He's averaging 4 to 5 assists a game these days. Impressive.
And that one hits back iron.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway. Yeah, good job to take it right at the...
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Timeout for the 76ers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here in the Palace, let's give it up for your honor motion.
All right, now, take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Well, the plan has been obvious now, Clark, for a while. The 76ers really loading up on young players, letting them see a lot of minutes, and they're hoping it's going to bear some fruit, as you like to say, coming up.
Exactly, and it will in time because they've accumulated some really nice young talent, Kevin.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Korver, no luck.
And with the 76ers, it's not just on the floor that they have stifled the progress. That they've taken 2 top picks knowing they would sit out a full year just to rehab injury.
Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Now, here's Mbamute. And yes, sir, that one drops.
You know, one thing few people talk about with the Sixers, this plan of building through the draft and with young players, what if it actually works to their benefit? Then it would become a copycat strategy, because we know in the NBA, it's a herd mentality if something works.
Richardson. And Bonner pulls it down. There's a minute 47 left in the first half. For 3, Durant. Oh, he got hacked on the three-pointer. He'll head to the line.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make them earn those points from deep. Don't give them to them free at the line. That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second. Kevin Durant has been getting it done. 9 points, and the contribution from the line for him, he's made 5 free throws.
I mean, he hasn't been afraid to draw a little bit of contact on his way to the basket. Some guys shy away from that.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
And he gets the bucket. World Peace has got the game tied up here for the 76ers.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
Dishes to Durant. They set the pick. Here's Bonner. He trains the turnaround jump shot. Bonner's got his first points of the night.
You know, it looks like they've recalibrated their approach away from trying the three ball.
Yeah, they started out a little slow from out there, trying something different now.
World Peace, good.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Kicks to bottom. Pistons passing it around. Nato. The layup missed.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
That drops. And the 76ers lead by 4. Korver kicks to Durant. A 3-ball. And another 3 for Detroit.
And he answers right back with a 3 of his own.
Watch out now, Sookie. We got a duel shaping up right here. This could be mano.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. 76ers lead by 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from the Palace of Auburn Hills. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Here go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Well, anytime you can get to the free throw line with that kind of consistency, that just makes every other facet of the game easy.
And, you know, they have to rotate the defensive assignment on him from now on just to avoid foul trouble on any one particular player, given how good he is at drawing fouls and how many fouls he's been drawing.
Durant is up there with Markieff Morris. Then it's Rose. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Horford in the center. That's the group starting the second half for Stan Van Gundy. The 76ers shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
Rose kicks to Morris. Outside Durant. The shot is off. The 76ers leading by 4. Richardson, that's a two-pointer. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Morris against Richardson. And Durant, here we go. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high, fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession. Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
And Philadelphia calls time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. The 76ers leading. Embiid the screen. Westbrook drives in. Here's Ariza. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got his third assist on the night. Rose passes to Morris. Rose in the post. He's covered by Westbrook. Stolen by Durant. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Korver gets a wide open look. And another three for Detroit.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Westbrook drives in. Here's Embiid. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. And the 76ers lead by 4. And guys, the Sixers drafted Embiid third overall despite a foot injury that would keep him out all of his rookie season. Came to the Sixers with a back issue out of Kansas. Of course, they knew all this going in.
Yeah, and Kevin, the Sixers have made an art here lately of drafting players who aren't immediately eligible to play. 2 years ago, it was Nerlens Noel who sat out the season with the knee injury. Last year it was Dario Saric who played overseas, and now Embiid.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
You know, regarding Joel Embiid, the foot was not his only injury when he entered the draft. In his one season at Kansas, he battled both back and knee injuries. Obviously, though he's very young, his durability is of some concern.
Here's Ariza. That's good. Now it's a 7-point 76ers lead.
You know, Kevin, it doesn't matter that he's one of the slower guys on the floor, especially when he gets that wide lane to the rim.
Now the feed to Durant. Pocket 6. Takes the 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
And talking about Joel Embiid, there are some who feel the Sixers targeted guys in the draft last year who couldn't help them win games. One wonders at what point does it become anti-competitive.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
The 76ers leading by 9. Smith dishes to Westbrook. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
He feeds it to Jordan. Durant with the steal. Poked away.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
And Detroit was a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
It's Durant on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Korver. Ariza kicks to Smith, and he gets it to go. And the 76ers lead by 9. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Philadelphia.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
Durant for 3, but they get it back. Morris kicks to Durant. That doesn't go either for Durant.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
Outside Rose. He kicks it to Durant. And J.R. Smith picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Rose passes to Morris. Rose kicks to Durant. From outside the arc. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. 76ers ahead. They're all right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Pistons trailed by 6. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. Russell Westbrook out there with Smith. Then it's Trevor Ariza. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Jordan in at the 5 down low.
And he's just living out beyond the arc right now. What a weapon to have on the floor.
Especially now, Greg. I mean, this is a critical point in the game. His three-point shot really could end up turning the tide here and telling the story. Explosive leaping ability.
Oh, that was pretty. And he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
And guys, how about how fearsome he is at times? I mean, you'd hate to be the guy tasked with guarding him.
Poked away. Stolen by Westbrook. Stolen by Durant. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
The 76ers leading by 5. Here's Westbrook. And it's sent back by Horford. They get it back. Durant with it. He's picked up by Ariza. And here's Korver from the arc. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Morris into the lane. Just a bit of an up and down year for the Pistons last season. Had some long winning streaks and some long losing streaks for first-year head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah, Kevin, some would say it was addition by subtraction because they really went on that big run after they released Josh Smith. 7 straight wins for them at one point, and they also did have some giant lulls.
Timeout called the 76ers.
And, you know, those giant lulls were a big part of the Pistons season. I mean, their biggest losing streak was 13 straight losses, and a lot of that you attribute to their defense.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He told his team to keep looking for three-point opportunities, saying their perimeter defense isn't doing a good job getting out on our shooters. So let's keep firing away until they decide to guard us.
And it's a completely new group here for Philadelphia.
And the Pistons also went into a slump after they traded for Reggie Jackson. 1-9 after the trade deadline. They would end the season on a better note, but truly they were streaky last season.
And stolen by Horford. Now Detroit moving it up. Durant's got the ball. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Rose dishes to Durant. Korver passes to Morris. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Ba'amute with the steal. Here's Young. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And stolen by Richardson. And it's Young. That time on the assist from Ba'amute. And Ba'amute's got his 5th assist in this one. Here's Durant. And off the front, and in it goes.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Young against Korver. Now here is World Peace. He's covered closely.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
And it's Korver in the corner. Beyond the arc. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face. And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated, in stride.
Talk about some great numbers for Mbamute. 9 points and 5 assists. The motor on this guy is amazing. Completely revved up. He's been everywhere today.
And it's hard to say which has influenced the game more, really, his offense or his D. I mean, take your pick.
4th quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. In the corner, it's Morris. Back to Rose. Outside for Korver. Morris dishes to Korver. A 3-ball. Down it drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
He has a lot of points from long range this half. He's taken advantage of a really tired defense.
Rose against Richardson. Pass to Okafor. Young outside. Shot clock at 6. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Durant. Out to Morris. Another 3 for Detroit. And the 76ers call time here. They're leading by 8. 1:36 left in the 4th quarter of this one. For the Pistons, Matt Bonner, he's checked in for Horford. Doug McDermott comes in for Markieff Morris. And Curry subbed in for Derrick Rose. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Jordan, he's checked in for Okafor. Embiid comes in for Metta World Peace. J.R. Smith's checked in for Mbamute. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Richardson. And Westbrook, here we go. And it's blocked by Curry. That's a 2 from Korver. No good off the front iron.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
Looking at Philadelphia, they want to turn it around after the loss to Phoenix. Curry kicks to Durant. There's the 3. Another 3 for Detroit.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
In the corner, it's McDermott. Here's Curry, and it's blocked by Jordan. Young with no one around. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And the 76ers lead by 8. Here's McDermott. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be. Remove all doubt on that attack.
No good from Jordan.
Well, it's urgent time right now. This is when they got to come up big.
Yeah, you got to get points here. I mean, there's no way you can get around it. You've got to be able to get baskets here in a short period of time.
And no good is the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead. 27 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Durant just inside the line. Pistons keep it alive. And Embiid with the block. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Korver, no luck. On its way from Young for 2. Goes back up. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. so the 76ers win it. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And, Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And now time...
São Paris, São Paulo, França, Brasil. Aí, MSP, Laboratório Fantasma. É nóis. Assim,
os manos no posto, trampando a contragosto, feliz ou oposto. Aposto que sei da dureza, que é a tristeza deformando o seu rosto. Se calos falassem, talvez o mundo escutasse, olhar do impasse, olhasse, limpasse, brilhavam vocês. Bonjour, pras minas no fronte, que dor pra comprar tem de monte. É tipo uma fonte dela, de fronte ela sonha com um novo horizonte. Trancada na cela ou numa favela. Eita, é foda, João. Pobre menina, sofre de verdade por toda a cidade. Ainda mais porque a palavra liberdade é feminina.